Hello everyone, and welcome back to the altars. It's day 7, the sun is far away, but we're still kind of in a hurry from the plot's point of view because we want to make it to the extraction point. But for now, let's actually see if we can create another altar. Because for however weird I would find it if I was young, it's a really cool mechanic. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's actually check the perks. Scientist can research new technologies. That sounds pretty useful. Guard disciplines altars in the contemplation room. Botanist. 100% efficiency when growing crops in the greenhouse. Refiner, miner, technician. Can I actually create a scientist? So what's the branching point for the scientist? Jan Prime, at 26-year-old, better prospects. It was a tough conversation, but you handled it well. The professor understood your motives. Working for a private company gives you the better prospects, and you'll finally be able to move out of that dorm. Yeah, okay, that was when we decided to leave like university and work at a private company. And the alternative branch is 26-year-old, the path of science. Maybe it wasn't the most profitable decision, but Lena supports it. She said she loves our camping getaways. And the way she listened to you when you told her your plans for your PhD project motivates you like hell. Who said you can't pursue the path of science and be rich? Okay, interesting. Alternate. Do we have the resources for that? 20 Rupidium? I guess so. Yeah, okay, the way this is portrayed really makes it seem like these are like not physical beings. They are just calculated and then those memories get injected into like a lump of DNA that we cloned. Scientists. Okay, how did Jan Scientist life turn out? 27-year-old. Research comes first. You give Lena a wave as she walks you to the bus for the airport. She's gonna be fine. It's only a few months and she's been busy with her own project anyway. You love the way the two of you can give each other space. Of course it would be great to move out of that student storm already, but research comes first, always. So that happens, yeah, at the same time where Jan Prime is like working his ass off at the 9 to 5. 28-year-old drifting apart. The equations on your blackboard stir mixed feelings in you. The result is not what you expected, but on the other hand, you feel that familiar tingling in your stomach. You may be onto something completely new here. Oh shit, you completely forgot about Lena. She wanted to come and pick up her things from your place. You need to call her and postpone. Okay, looks like we drift apart at 28. Which is just a bit earlier than Jan Prime. Jan Prime at this point moved into his dream house. 30-year-old, a breakthrough. This is it? You knew it would be a breakthrough. First a grant and now a serious investor. How about enlarging the team? Getting an office maybe? And a new set of clothes. You can't go on looking like an underpaid postgrad student. There's gotta be lots of business meetings ahead of you, Jan. Rupidium particles. Look like young scientist discovers rubidium, but did he? Like, did he? Who discovered rubidium particles in Jan Prime's universe? Huh. 30-year-old, eyes on the prize. Could your research really contribute to finding rubidium one day? Going in the direction of nanotech and space exploration could increase the chances of that. You really need to focus. Success is just around the corner. Okay, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't actually discover rubidium and he just did some auxiliary research that maybe someone else did in our timeline, in maybe the only real timeline. I guess we'll find out. 33-year-old, you both changed. You look at her in astonishment. Lena, is that you? Fancy meeting her at this conference. Looks like she's gone far too. Not as far as you, obviously. She's changed. You both have. Amazing how young and immature you were back then. We were back then. Seems like ages ago. Good to see she's done well for herself. Did they get back together? No, I guess not. 34-year-old, the pinnacle. You read the contract over and over again. Ally Corps, space mining missions want your tech on board. This must be the pinnacle of your career. You've worked so hard for this. Well done, Jan. Now let's get to work. 34-year-old, getting on board. The data seems inconsistent. What could be the reason for those failures? You've gone through it with the whole team and still something's missing. Your tech is well tested. Maybe it's not being used properly? You've heard rumors that in the race for success, Ally Corps sending just about anyone on those study missions. Maybe they need you on board? Okay, that maybe they're gonna elaborate on the next slide, but I'm gonna say it anyway. There was something I was thinking about. Maybe it was really just dumb luck that we survived, and they were literally just throwing people in their escape pods at the surface of planets that might be promising in terms of mining rubidium, but disregarding all the dangers and in fact maybe similar to what happened to us, only really giving a shit about the people on the missions when they actually turn up rubidium, and otherwise just letting them die. But then again, it seems like still a lot of resources to have like the whole bases and exploration vessels and stuff. And from what we know about Earth and the hunger, it would seem like the humans would, well, maybe not. I was about to say the humans might be the more scarce resource, but when you don't have anything to eat, actually it's a win-win if you... Oh. But yeah, anyway. Let's see what happened to young scientist in that regard. 35-year-old Project Ollie. Just one final radio check and you're good to go. Time to sort this mess out in person. Okay. So that would kinda go against what I said. Like, he wouldn't have done that if he knew it was like a suicide mission or something, but... I'm actually really interested to talk to this guy, but I'm...
Not a minute. We need to talk.
Did we like already make this guy? Or he's gonna take another 8 hours in the oven, I guess. Let's talk to young technician in the meantime. He's hanging out in the kitchen. You look tired.
Whoa. You look tired, man. Everything okay? I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with sleeping on the floor?
Yeah, I wanted to build you like sleeping quarters, but
thought of that.
there weren't any.
Of course not. You have your cozy captain's bed.
Yeah, I'll get you a dormitory, I guess.
All right.
But,
Don't need to be so dramatic about it. I'll get you a proper dorm. Sounds like a promise.
well, do I have that now? Let's check in the workshop. Command center, I mean. Build. Dormitory, okay. Why not? Actually want to build it up there, I think. Another elevator here. Dormitory here. There you go, buddy. Where is he? Can I tell him that I built him a place to sleep?
Hey, I built that dormitory you asked for. Hallelujah. I hope you sleep well tonight. I'll sleep like a full-fledged member of an advanced civilization. Sweet dreams, then.
Okay, what's next for us? Assignments? No, tasks. Get through the rocks. Okay. I think we just need to... What time is it? 8:44. I think we should head outside and mine some stuff. Can I actually just teleport there? Six. What is it? 6 metal and 6 refined metal? Enriched metal? Yeah. A new altar is ready. Fast travel. Back to the base. Let's check on our new altar. Let's wake him up. Welcome, young scientist. Are we gonna have to do the whole song and dance with them being irate again? Every time?
Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be...
Okay, I guess this guy would be the one that would be most unsurprised by this whole thing.
Okay. Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing.
He probably already understands what's going on, right?
Very clearly.
Yeah.
Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What?
How much?
How much rupidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? That's not the most important thing at the moment. Except for the fact it's the primary goal of the mission.
Yeah, it's your mission.
But, hey, wait. How do you know I found any
I mean,
rupidium at
he
all?
wouldn't...
Well...
Wait.
Isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which could only lead to one conclusion. That my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found rupidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He's of course right, but I'm still getting brain fucked by the question on whether he ever existed. Or whether, what does that mean? He got replicated into a body that doesn't need glasses. How does, to make him feel more like himself? That doesn't make any sense, right? Because they had the same DNA either way. They branched at some point and he stayed at university, but what does it have to do with eyesight? And why would that mean that young scientist, while in this incubated body not needing prescription glasses, would still feel more quote unquote like himself? I'm confused. But yeah, he's spot on, obviously.
Wow, you're right. That's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information.
Ooh,
And that's
burn.
the interesting part. Yeah, our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board, but there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone. They're all dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now?
So yeah, the perks are actually canon, as in the quantum computer is searching through an infinite amount of possibilities and possible branching points to find explicitly the ones that yield perks, as in the desired results, as in the quantum computer is optimizing for the very perks that we as the player get to choose. Like, he's a scientist, he can research stuff, he's a miner, he's a technician, and so on. So, yeah, I guess it still doesn't explain the glasses thing, but maybe the glasses are maybe not quite so literal. Maybe the glasses are just meant to represent the fact that he's kind of the way you breed animals for specific traits. His branching point was specifically calculated to get him to possess specific traits, and maybe the glasses, because he's a scientist, is just a manifestation of that. Yeah, let's give him some rest.
Why don't you rest a little? Get accustomed to the new reality? Which part of what I just said makes you think I'm not ready to start immediately? Well, in that case, your situation must be critical considering the lengths you went to. Something tells me there's no time to lose. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first.
Yeah, that's actually why didn't we do that?
This might work.
I really would have liked to do that. I guess we can't know too much at the outset. Oh, by the way, I did... there's still some artifacting. I did turn on framerate capping at 60 FPS. And the amount of like temporal artifacts and smearing around edges and stuff has seemingly gone down quite a bit. If I don't think it's gone completely, but okay, young scientist is hanging out in the room, chilling, reading the mission logs. Young technician is hanging out at the enriched metals outpost. And what should we be doing? We wanna actually get 110 metals. And even more actually, because I want to build a, what is it, research lab for our newly arrived scientist. Research lab. That works, I guess. Can I do anything there myself? Or do I have to use the scientist? Oop, frame drop. Exploration, economy, base, and mission. Cheaper batteries. With a cheaper battery upgrade, crafting a suit battery requires 50% less organics. A suit okay. Enriched metals efficiency. Mining and refining enriched metals is 15% faster. Non-metals efficiency, meaning minerals, rubidium, and organics is 15% faster. And metals efficiency 1, mining metals is 15% faster. For now, I think I would like to have this, because that's what I need the most. For now, base. Recycler module that produces organics daily. The more people in the base, the more organics are produced. Okay, that's interesting, but I guess for now, not really a priority, because we're doing good on organics and we only have 2 altars. I guess if we don't count ourselves as an altar, but as Jan, the original, which increasingly looks like that's actually the case. But that doesn't mean that the other people are not, like, still real people, right? Base maintenance workplace. Unlocks the second workplace in the base maintenance module. Don't know what that would be useful for now. So let's just get metal efficiency 1. And I don't think anyone is actually... You need a scientist to be able to use the research lab, yeah. We have one. Can we assign him? Or is he still busy reading the research log? No, you can actually work. There you go. Hey, buddy. They get like their own working staff only elevator. Neat. Yeah, we still need rocks, so let's... Well, actually it's almost 8 again, so... maybe we should go to sleep? Show low failure risk work, what does that mean? I guess our modules are fine. Let's go to sleep and grab some more metals tomorrow. It's day 8. The sun is far away. Depending on how long I stay out, I should probably already select a second research project, right? Because that one is almost done. Let's grab all the non-metals and then the enriched metals, I guess. Let's head out to the other metal. We already have a pylon, but we need a outpost, right? Which we would need to craft in here, mining outpost. And craft that. That's actually one thing I should have done. The altars have gathered in the kitchen. Okay. Should I join them? Maybe?
I'm also Jan, obviously. This will never not be weird. Anyway, make yourself at home.
Cheers.
They seem to be getting along nicely. Can we talk to scientists, man? There we go. How are you settling in?
So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally.
You know, this guy seems like less believable as a like small change at, what was it, 19 years old or whatever. And in this case, that was with Jan Prime versus Jan Technician or whatever. This guy, Jan Scientist, I think the split happened even later, right? Like in the early 20s. And it seems kind of weird to me that they personality-wise seem to be very, very different. And they alluded to that fact with the burn comment earlier, with quick on the uptake or whatever. But I'm wondering if there's actually an explanation for that, or if we're just meant to accept that within infinite possibilities that the quantum computer can simulate and calculate, no matter how extreme the change, because it's infinite many possibilities, it has to exist, right? It's just a matter of how much computation power do you have to simulate to go through all the options. This place is not run optimally. Can you teach me how to run it better?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't trained to command a mission. But now that you're here, with your experience, I'd love to pick your brain. Do you think you could mentor me? Good thinking. First of all, you need to set long-term goals and draw up a roadmap for each of them. Remember to include all unpredictable variables in the equation. That way you can have contingency plans at the ready for each instance. All right, slow down. Prioritize resources. Do not waste time on idle conversations with the crew. Hide the booze. Don't be cheap on coffee. That's slow enough for you?
Not terribly helpful.
Hey, you've just crossed out every team-building exercise on my list. The people are there for the mission, not the other way round. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years.
Oh.
It would make things so much easier if it existed.
Interesting. So, yeah, it never existed, and he, ooh, it's like even weirder having memories and knowing they are not real because you are just an altered version of a real person that existed, and you share some of their memories, but the person you are is or was up to the point that you came out of the incubator like entirely fictitious. Yeah, what was your research about?
So what exactly was your research about? Nanotech in space exploration. We went from a humble startup to making headlines in a few months. Taking our solutions to the front line was my dream come true. The data we could bring back. You had big plans for it. Well, now it's all gone.
I understand how you feel. Do we though? I'm not sure actually. Yeah, he seems like the focus on work here now guy.
Turning it over in your head won't get you anywhere. You should focus on the work you need to do here and now. I never thought I'd say it, but yes, you're right. Let's get Rapidium back to Earth, and maybe later, we'll see.
Okay, seems...
God, I noticed we're missing a few rad filters.
Oh, we're low on radiation filters. Do we have... Yeah, we have another organics. Yeah, let's work through the queue and maybe I can gather my thoughts in the meantime. What's the exclamation mark?
Man, I'm telling
tell
you,
me. We want better food. Oh, okay, I
This
guess.
is the least important of our priorities.
I guess they're not happy. Workbench, workbench, workbench. No. Wrong. At some point, I'm gonna be able to navigate this space here, and as soon as that happens, I'm gonna buy the upgrade and have to shuffle everything around. Let's craft. So yeah, as I was saying, since the quantum computer has like... is the thing optimizing for the traits that we want the altar to have, I'm wondering if the company has like a hand in it, if they can make sure, or... well, I guess not, but... because Jan, scientist, seems like kind of zealous. He seems very in line with company directive, but that might just be the side effect of the path that he had to take to become the scientist. As opposed to Jan Technician, who also ended up here, but isn't really pro Ally Corp. They kind of bonded over that comment when they had their little heart-to-heart over this. I don't know, something about looking out for themselves rather than trusting in the company. Anyways, anything interesting in the manual? Storage, research, socializing in the evening. Okay, we should spend our daytime doing actual work and then spend like the last 4 hours of the day socializing. Let's do that then. Let's head outside. Wait, yeah. I did craft the... what about the radiation filters? Did I craft those? No space. My storage room is full. Maybe it will go down when I build the... you know? The outpost? But first I'm gonna have to play that whole scanning minigame again. And maybe this time I'm gonna use the pulse wave or whatever correctly. Yeah, polygonal scanner. Let's create a little polygon and press F. And the wave is pointing in the direction we wanna go. Oh yeah, okay, that was easy. Building mode, mining outpost. Can I rotate or maybe not? The connection is already there and I should be able to use it, right? What's this? Charging station. Okay, let's...
we're running out of storage space.
Okay, we're still out of storage space. Let's make our way back. And maybe we can place some more storage modules. It was right here. Command center. Build. Small storage. Do we have anything bigger than that? No, small storage. Ooh. And I guess it needs to be accessible as well. That's rough. For now we can place one. I kinda wanna reshuffle them. Do I have enough for another elevator plus the small storage? Yeah, barely. But I need 2 elevators, right? Yeah, okay, I can do it later. Let's just place 1 small storage for now. That should get us through the day. Yeah, and we're gonna need more organics to move it eventually. For now, let's head back out and maybe we can fill up the rest of the base with some more metal, which we can then in turn use to build more storage and more elevators to reach said storage. So, tired. Set back. Let's see if there's any socializing to do. Base mass, socializing. And yeah, there was something else. They were not really happy with their food, right? Is there something I can do about that? Cooked meal requires raw food. How get... Oh yeah, we wanted to craft this too. Man, we really need a lot of resources. No socializing, I guess. No one wants to talk. Research. Oh, research is done. Unknown technology. Let's research this. And I guess base expansion 2 gym. Medium storage is behind. Why is that locked? Doesn't say, right? Do I have to unlock this maybe? Let's try. Okay. Anything else to do for today? Anything to craft? How's our... What was that again? Machinery, right? Our radiation filter. One day I'm gonna find a room first try. Let's check. 1 day, 21 hours. Okay, that's not great. We should craft like 4 more or something, right? But we're gonna have to do that tomorrow. Is there anything in here about the better food? No, that's just food in general. Right, let's end the day. Day 9. The sun is far away. Oh, what does that plus 40 mean? And that plus 160. Oh, I guess that's how much we have, but is currently maybe being reserved for, yeah, for workshop crafts. Should go down to plus 30 then, maybe? Yeah. Young technician and scientists are arguing. Why? Should I human resource manage?
Man, I'm telling you, we need it.
Young scientist. Oh, quality of food. Alters argue about the quality of the food given to them. Scientist wants to stick to the mush diet, while the technician demands that they will be fed quality meals regularly. Young scientist says we need to save resources. We need to save resources much as nutritional and keeps us going. Others need to toughen up and focus on the mission. And young technician says we are human beings, not cattle. We should be giving proper meals on a regular basis, if not every day. In theory, I would agree with the young technician, but as it stands, I have no idea how to actually get the good raw food. So for now, I'm gonna have to side with the young scientist. Sorry.
And I'm telling you, this is the least important of our priorities, right?
All right, gentlemen, get to work. Yeah, let's check again on the close on the filter situation. Filters in storage 1, 2, 3, 3 days, 6 hours. Okay, we're doing fine for now. Let's head out. Wait, what's... I still have... Oh yeah, I didn't actually finish crafting. Let's do that. One of your altars is suffering from radiation burn and it affects his ability to work. You can see the health status of your altars in the altars tab. Altars can get better much quicker if they rest in the infirmary. I guess for now I'm just gonna switch his assignment to this outpost. Because that's not radiated, right? Why is this guy pulsing? Who knows? Okay. Let's... How much storage do we have? Okay, our storage is almost full again, so... I think there's no way around doing some restructuring here. Actually, can't we go back to a one elevator system, maybe? What if we... Well, at first we'd need to make like the bottom level accessible, then move our storage there. And wait, yeah. This here. I guess that works. And we don't need that one anymore. And I mean, we can build some more storage here. And can I move some other rooms around while I'm at it? This doesn't really make much difference, but at least that way this is completely safely filled. The kitchen... I think we're never gonna fill it to space, right? Other than with maybe a small storage. So for now... Ooh, what about the quantum computer? The quantum computer actually wants to live on an edge because he makes this upper level inaccessible, right? Let's leave it like this for now. I think this is fine. We have a few expansion options and I'm getting lost as it is, so... yeah, but we might need some more storage. What's actually taking up all the storage? Can I check?
In a shitty mood.
What? You want to talk? Oh. Okay, guess not. Ah, guess he wants to talk? Let's talk. Yeah, let's try to calm him down.
I can see that you're angry.
Is it about the
Just
food?
leave me alone. Come on, let me help. What do you usually do when you feel like this? I don't know. Go to a bar, I guess. Nothing better than a bottle of cheap, lukewarm beer, am I right? Well, brother, good news. There's plenty of beer, and it's free. Give my people plenty of beer, good and cheap, and you will have no revolution.
I guess you like that. What was I meant to be doing? Probably mining rocks. I'm always supposed to be mining rocks, but I never get around to do it. Is this guy's... No, he's not working. Let's mine some more rocks. Incoming radiation. Let's head home then. Anything else I really want to get around to actually crafting the gear that will progress the story. But I'm wondering if there are any rooms I might want to add first, apart from the obvious, you know, more storage. Greenhouse. To grow vegetables faster. Oh, that thing is huge. If that's really the grid size. How much is expansion? Do we know? Was it here? Expand, there we go. Research required, okay, we don't know. How much was it? The greenhouse? 1, 2, can I like pin it or something? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, do we want to place it there though? Maybe we do. Maybe we're gonna actually move that here and then we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not optimal, but I guess that works. Refinery. Enriched metals can be processed into metals and organics. Okay, we really need this, right? Because we have 210 rapid enriched metals, and that stuff is really filling up our storage. So any chance we can make it now? No, right? There's no way to get 6 more metal. Alright. The technician suffers from a radiation burn. Okay. Have they gone to sleep? Oh no, they're hanging out in the dorm. How did they already get all 4 beds in such a messy state? But it's a really cool room, actually. Oh. I guess he's really pissed off. So I guess, yeah, the management of alters in terms of like their psychology and being kind of like a captain, there's a lot more to it than I thought. I thought the emotion thing was kind of more like a gimmick. But it seems like there are actual like gameplay consequences for fucking up your relationship with your alters. It's still kind of generally fucked up that you're managed, that you're supposed to like human resource, crew resource manage your alters while you also have full access to the quantum computer where all their memories are stored. So yeah, I think if you were like a bad person, you could really fuck with them, I think. Because especially if you believe that you are the only like quote unquote real person between you and your alters. But yeah, it's a really, really cool concept, especially like the marrying of the exploration and resource gathering, almost like a very light version of like factory games, and then the base building. And I'm also obviously really interested to see where the story goes. But for now, it's time to call it a day, and I can't find my captain's cabin because I reordered my base. Oops, one off again. Yeah, tomorrow we are I should remember to build the refinery and all the other modules, and then we're gonna see if we can find our way out of here. But for now, I'm gonna head to bed, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.